Again! Together, this would be hilarious. Shout out to you. I appreciate you being on here too as well. They got the receipt right there. Look at all that. So hey, first of all, I think that was a wonderful interview we did with Tree. You definitely covered all the basics there. Good job too, by the way.
I'm just trying to. Okay. Yeah, it's good now. Hi.
How you doing? No, I was saying that was a good interview you had with Tree. All right, but
yeah.
Do you know what they're saying next? What they're saying right now?
No.
So apparently there's a deleted Instagram account of you.
Yeah.
That apparently it was not deleted by them, but it was deleted by you previously.
No.
And this one supposedly has a lot more provocative photos. Now we're gonna bring some of them here. Honestly, when I'm looking at these, they don't seem like anything out of the ordinary of your typical Instagram shots. Matter of fact, some of the photos that were found on some of these fake escort sites, they're actually in some of these photos as well. But what I'm going to bring up is one of these accounts here, if you don't mind, to see if you recognize it at all.
Before I want to say that I did not delete my Instagram because I spent so much time to build on that.
Mm-hmm.
I would never delete my own Instagram. I had the 60K followers. And that's like, that's you do social media, you understand how important that is.
To build that strong
never ever delete my account. I could just simply delete pictures.
Can I ask you a question? Is Instagram okay? So when it comes to finances, we don't have to get into that because you kind of mentioned a little bit regarding your parents' background and how Myron and them kind of fabricated that a little bit. But you guys are still doing pretty well. Nothing too crazy. But for you specifically, what is your current source of income? Like, how do you do it? And you don't have to go into details, but is it royalties? Is it from contracts? Like what do you call it, modeling contracts or whatever it is? What would you say to those guys?
Okay, so first of all, I'm 28. I have savings, and before I moved to the United States, and I would still keep going and working. Even right now, I'm still working on my phone. I'm talking to the surgeons, bringing up my clients. Also, I do investment as well. This is something I didn't tell Walter, because I'd like to keep my financial privately. He doesn't know about that. So I don't need to prove to people how I make money, as long as I'm not stealing. I'm not doing anything. I'm not committing any crimes. Why would people? I think those people who are judging me, how does she get this money? How can she travel? Come on.
Well, the reason why they're doing that is because they've been programmed by their daddies, right? And what I mean by daddies, because here's another thing that I got to break down too, because a lot of people, what they don't factor in is the language barrier that you have to have. Like, even just because I speak another language too as well, right? So because I'm Nigerian, so I understand what it's like to have that language barrier, and I think that's one thing that has been put out of context, especially with the conversations you've been having with people, because a lot of people don't really understand that. But when even going back to the how they think you are and how you make your money, it's because that's how they've been programmed. When they see a beautiful girl like you, and again, when they see you having photos where you have revealing clothing, you got lingerie and things like that, right? They've been primed to think that women who have IG accounts like that are getting flown out, right? Maybe to Dubai. And that's the thing when I think when Destiny when he was talking with Abba, and shout out to Abba, by the way, he kept bringing up, oh, she flies to Dubai. Well, she must know this. Like, how could she be so naive?
Okay,
Right?
Duke,
Go ahead.
if you get my personal contact, I will send you all my photo, like how to say, like I can take screenshot of my.
Do it in the private chat for.
I can send the screenshot of my photo. How to say? I can show you that I was with my friends the whole time. Like, cause on the photo galleries that you can see the photos was being taken from back then, on the histories, and that's lined up with full of my friends. So
And
all these
those
trips,
photos were taken from your device, like cell phones and whatnot.
right? It's on my iPhone. I can send you.
Look at the properties for it to see like the origins for it too as well, to further back up your claims. But go ahead.
Same outfit with friends at these different locations. So how am I being flown out by guys, different guys? I was with my friends, either with my friends or my family. I mean, I don't know. I think no matter how I prove myself, people is going to believe. They want to believe that I'm a whore, I'm whatever, because they just can't accept that I am who I am and I'm really genuine to this guy I was. They don't want to believe that because they want to hate on them.
Here's the one thing I do have to say, though. It's slowly starting to change, especially with interviews like this. And the one thing I have to say that I congratulate you on, you have been consistent. You have been consistent in your story from start to finish. And that's the one thing that's making it incredibly hard, because these guys, they're looking for something to tear apart. Right now, they're saying, okay, well, look at these Instagram photos. These from this deleted Instagram account. She must be up to something, right? So again, I think that slowly but surely people are starting to change their perspective. But where it was coming from before was them thinking that, hey, any woman that flies out, she posts thirst trap pics, in their mind, you're getting flown out and some dude is paying you to have sex with them, right? So that's why they're going with this narrative. But what did you, because we didn't one thing that wasn't really covered was more of when you saw Myron's evidence, and when he was going through all that, what were your thoughts on that, from the videos on to the fake records and all that stuff?
First of all, when I saw that, I was really angry because, that's defamation and that's slanders for me. That's something that's not true. But then I was like, wait, that's good for me. Because I just have all the evidence to sue them right now.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. You have a lot.
And the point is, that's not going to change the fact that Fresh is hiding behind. He missed that show. He wasn't even on the show. He's a grown man. He should be there and tell everyone what happened. Instead, Myron was talking for him. What kind of situation is that?
Because they knew they were going to do this.
Myron.
They knew they were going to do this. They knew that this was the evidence. So I'm telling you right now, they don't have anything. I'm telling you right now, that was it. And now they're doing this Instagram thing, and we're going to clear up in just a second here. But they don't have anything, because he got it from that other YouTuber that and he's the one that came out with the main information. But yeah, it's such a unstable information that they put out there. It was best for safety to not have Fresh there. So it wasn't that, I won't even say it wasn't that Fresh was running. It was more
Mhm.
of the case that they know that they're standing on shaky ground. So in addition to whatever claims you may have in family court with Fresh, now you can have like a legal claim to the defamation that they've clearly done, right? So Fresh, keeping Fresh out of it, it's mainly Myron there to take the fall.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was stupid and it does look cowardly.
But I just want to like
Go
tell
ahead.
people, stop saying I'm not pregnant. I can't make all that up. I can't. And either way, they're gonna judge me. They're gonna say, "Shit, if I keep the baby, I'm baby trapping. If I have an abortion, they're gonna say I made all this up just to tear them down. So what should I do?"
They're waiting for you. So they're waiting to see that baby bump.
They leave me no choice. What can I do right now? They put so much stress on me right now. I can't
Yeah.
speak. Like that's why I keep speaking on public, because I'm really angry and I'm mad. I have nowhere else to express my feelings. That's why I Twitter.
You have a Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, bet. I'm gonna.
Daisy Fitch, you can reach me out over there because I've been
Yeah.
trying to reach you out though. Because I
Oh,
really I
we
really
gotta, yeah, we definitely gotta exchange info because yeah, this is getting crazy at this point. We definitely gotta exchange info. Yeah, okay. So that because you're because again they took down your main account. So and I guess that's part of the idea because it's making you harder to find, especially online. Because like when you look at if I type in Daisy Fit, they're just there's like a bunch of a bunch of things that pop up that aren't you, right? So it's one of those things that yeah, we definitely gotta exchange info on that. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so there's no reason. If why would I delete three of my account? I had three accounts, Instagram account. One was for business. It was like a fitness account, and one was like a main account. And then a few days ago, I created a backup account, and it was gone completely. So
Yeah.
you know who's behind.
Oh yeah, they've done it before. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to see if I can gather that info from you as soon as I get your information because that's a lot of stuff that I can we can exchange on, especially the guy that they got the info on. Oh yeah, we did some stuff on him too, buddy. So you don't get everything that you need, but yeah, they do that. There are girls who actually went on interviews after that because they called out Fresh and Fit in the past, and they talked about how their Instagrams were immediately deleted. So they have a way of doing that, and it's more for like silencing, scaring you to
No,
nah,
they're not scaring me.
yeah, good. That's
I,
good.
I, I ain't going anywhere.
Good.
They're
Absolutely.
just
That's what they're hoping. They're hoping this goes away so they can sit there and say, see, we were right. She's running away. Look at her go. Right. And I think that's what's scaring them because the fact that you're not doing that and you're going even harder, it's getting scary. And at some point they're gonna have to say something. I'm thinking they're probably gonna boot Fresh off. Or their channels going down because what they did was not only defame you, but they're engaging in bullying right now, cyberbullying. So that's against terms of conditions for YouTube, and they've already got a strike, multiple strikes against them. They're not making money with YouTube anymore. The next step is termination. So there's a lot of things that, especially with that live stream Myron did, it's just so bad. It really is.
right.
One of the things that was mentioned because it's like right now it's a game of telephone with these guys, right? So the discount Myron that put that information out, right? Initially, the video 2 days ago, this guy right over here, he got all that stuff from an anonymous source, right? Anonymous source. That's what he was claiming. And one of the things, aside from the fake evidence he brought out there, one of the things that he said was the reason for your breakup or Fresh's breakup with you was
Mm-hmm.
because Fresh found 3 or 4 cell phones that you have, and he somehow got access to it and saw that you were using one of these cell phones for alleged escort activities. And then he kept quiet about that apparently, and then that's why he slowly started to distance himself. And this is coming from an anonymous source. Actually, I'm gonna play the
Prove it.
video
Prove it.
right
Look,
now.
I'll tell you something.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so when I travel to Miami from Barbados, the immigration helped me because that's what they do to immigrants. And I was here 2 months ago. So the reason why they help me because they want to make sure I'm here legally and I don't want to overstay. That's why. Because they took me to a room where there were like a bunch of people, 50, at least 50 people. They just did an interview for 20 minutes. And look, if I had all this evidence on my phone, like doing escorting and all that, do you think I'm able to get in here? You know, when I got my phone back, that lady, she took my phone, right? The officer, she was checking everything, and she
Yeah.
even went on my WhatsApp and typing Miami. You know what came out? My
What?
conversation with Fresh. So she literally, like, she immediately understand I'm here because of my boyfriend. So she
Mm.
was like, "Lady, you're all right. Like, you're good to go." And she saw my photographs, like she saw my photo galleries. I was traveling all the time and with friends, girls. Okay, so if if like it's really what they're saying, I'm not gonna be able to be here. You
Yeah.
know how strict in
Can
immigration.
you go over that too? Because that was the one thing that I found was kind of odd. Because I know China's strict, right? And it's one of those things where if you were an alleged criminal, like they were saying you were, is it easy for criminals to fly on tourist visas from China? Can you elaborate on what that like? So at least give these guys context because most of these guys they're just Western minded, fried up. They think everything's
But they
American.
don't even
I don't
they
know
don't
how
have
things work in
passport.
China.
They have never applied a visa. That's why they okay.
Right.
Let me tell you. Okay, I'm from China and
Yeah.
United States and England and Europe. Those countries, for us, it's difficult. We have to apply visa in advance. We have to apply all provide all the documents and have run a background check. And U.S. visa is the most difficult. At least five of my friends they got how to say they got refused from the U.S. embassy. They are super strict. It's not just about you whether you're a criminal or not. You have to be um, how to say you just have to prove enough documents that you're financial stable and you have good job, stable job, and you're going back to your country after.
So like let's say this, right? Because they'll if let's say if somebody was engaging in escort activities in China, the Chinese government will probably be aware of it if you're trying to apply for a visa or something. Like there's a way they will probably already figure it out and know that you're up to something, right? So it's not like, hey, they didn't know what Daisy was doing that all of a sudden now she's getting a visa. It's like, yo, China's on it. Like they will know exactly what's happening before you even have the ability to fly out of the country, right?
Right, and especially for Chinese who travels to the United States, it's super difficult. It took me over like all this time, 20. My first time here was last year, because you know
Mm.
why? Because in order to apply a U.S. visa, we have to have a lot of traveling history. So the officer know that okay, this person have traveled everywhere, but in the end, she went back to China.
Mm. So when you saw Myron on his exposed stream, and he was saying, "Well, she's a criminal," and here's this criminal, they brought this fake alleged record that actually had nothing to do with you at all. And you know, you can actually those you can easily see online. There are actually other police records and taken in that similar manner. But when they were trying to associate that record to you, can you explain to them how it doesn't make any sense if you have a criminal record, you wouldn't even be able to leave the country?
Um, okay, so first of all, these documents cannot prove anything. There are thousands of people whose name Jing Chen in China. And on all of these documents didn't say what crime did she commit. Not anything about that. So they just bring like random documents to accuse that was me or I did something.
Yeah. No, they were even the way they explained it, it seemed like they were just trying to draw like a branch and say, hey,
I think you already explained very clear on last video.
No, you did.
You
You
were
made
you were like a like an agent.
that.
You zoomed everything. Because
I had to comb through it because like you got to listen to what people say, and even like when I'm playing it back, that's why like some of these inconsistencies is good to go over, right? Like this guy over here, where he brought up because this was the message that set everything off. This rumor mill of the video, right? He's saying,
Right.
"Hey, I know Daisy in Shanghai. She literally robbed me of several $1,000s. She's a gold digger on seeking arrangement." And even when I did in my first live stream, I paused here and I said, "This is interesting because." Seeking arrangement doesn't exist in China, or maybe I'm wrong. Can you clarify?
I want to tell you something. This is
Yeah.
something that I actually just remember right now. So Fresh always tests me. When we just met, he always asks me, Daisy, do you get offers? I told him, yeah, I get offer all the time, but I don't do it.
What do
He
you mean by offers? Like
like
offers for like boyfriend or dating?
no. He was he was meaning like, do you get offers from guys? Yeah, for
Sexual
meeting.
offers.
Sorry,
Sexual offers?
like offer exchange to have a
Sex?
intimate.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what he was meaning, but he was just like, I'm sure you get a lot of offers, Daisy. And then he was also like, one time he was like, oh, my friend from Dubai sent me a message said he know you from Thinking Arrangement. I didn't even know what that website is. I don't even know what Thinking Arrangement is.
And it would
So
make sense
my
because it doesn't exist in China.
reaction was, that's nonsense. I don't know these websites. I have no idea what that website is until later I found a video when he said he met Miranda on Thinking Arrangement. That's the time I know this guy is tricking. He was tricking me. He just want to know who I am. He was trying to get to know me, you know. But I have no idea what that is, what Thinking Arrangement is.
You're absolutely yeah. That like I said before, it makes sense why you wouldn't, just because it's not something that's like out there in China where people are using as an app for like escorting and whatnot. And it's actually let's kind of
Legal.
get into that a little bit
China
because
is, yeah.
go ahead. Actually, go ahead.
It's this kind of website in China. It's illegal. China is super strict for this kind of website. We wouldn't be able to use that.
You hear
Like,
that, fellas?
no, it's not legal. I already said I don't have that kind of social media. I only have IG and TikTok, and like I barely use Facebook and Twitter. I just started tweeting recently.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I
Again,
can
I
also
don't think a
send
lot
you
of these
the.
guys understand that. They don't get it because they think again, they think everything is, America or West, right? They don't realize that other countries do things a little bit differently, and their people aren't really they don't have similar access that people in the West have. It's completely different. So I think that's something that is good that you were clear on because it definitely opens up a lot of things for
This
that.
also one thing
But
makes me upset because I'm new here and I just don't understand why people hate me so much and why so many haters in here. And they talk about something that I don't appreciate and I don't understand. The other day I went for lunch and it was like a nice place and they immediately take a screenshot said Daisy has money for this place. You guys don't know how much that place costs. Or most Americans don't have even $1,000 in their bank account. But I'm not American, you guys.
yeah, can you clarify again for them again? Because again, they think they see a beautiful girl, maybe had some enhancements here and there, and you're just like every other, Instagram model, what they say. So can you tell them again that you have your savings, you have your money and everything. You don't really need. I mean, you have your own shit. Let them know.
I just feel like I'm not who you think I am, as I just posted on my Twitter. You are what you think I am. So if you're poor, you're broke. You think I am like you, then you're wrong. That's probably you. That's what's in your head. Because you are not the same level. Like you're just a low class and low mind guy, kind of
Wow.
guy. Because in your life, you probably think the majority of people should only have $1,000 in their bank account. That's because you're not working hard. That's called
Going
hard
at y'all
work.
right now, but you're right. You know, people often they put their projections on you, and it's just weird, right? So, even just tying up that loose end here real quick, where they were talking about the whole 3 phones and whatnot, right? So that's complete cap or
That's
lie.
cap. I do not have 3 phones, but I have 2 phones. One is for China, one is for when I'm traveling. So I
Okay.
have to have 2 SIM card.
So okay, so somebody was lying, right? And the thing is, the reason why I know they were lying is because that information about the 3 phones, it came from this guy over here. It came from this dude right over here. The information for all 3 phones,
He
right?
was
He
just
said,
exaggerating things.
huh?
He was just exaggerating things. And look, if he was a gentleman, he would never call me a whore on social platform or on anywhere on public. That just shows he has no class and manners.
Yeah.
Like he probably grow up in a like very bad environment or something that he hate women. He need to insult them to to have secure for himself because
A
he
lot of
hate
times
women.
they have issues with their moms. A lot of these guys do. They got
Yeah.
mom issues. It's just
Look, I don't even know this guy. He calls me whore. Like he was so sure that I am that kind of person that who's talking about.
what
How
was
can
happening is this guy, he's actually part of so Fresh sells this network course. It's called the CEO network. And I don't know if
right?
you
I noticed.
okay, perfect. He's actually part of that network. He pays him about $200 a month. So he's a compromised individual already. So he's definitely going to be biased, but I think he's that kind of guy that'll be biased enough to fabricate evidence because all the anonymous source, like, so the information Myron put on his stream that later on reached a wider group of people, that all came directly from him, like the exact same script. So he pulled it from him, which is funny because he didn't even credit him, which is crazy, but he pulled all that information from him. And again, yeah, I wouldn't doubt that he fabricated a lot of that stuff, right? Even with the whole voiceover, because it was your voice they used, but it was all AI. There are actually multiple websites for this. I think the one they probably used was it's a Speechify or something like that because it's simple, easy. You can get people to say whatever you want, right? So they probably clipped your voice and they overlaid over an edited video, and then it just picked it up. So that's what they did. And I think he has something to do with it because he started the rumor saying that there were 3 cell phones, Fresh knew, and that's the reason why you broke up. And then my question was, there was no when you guys were at that point where you're splitting up, he didn't bring up this 3 phone
Nothing.
issue with you. None of that was brought up with you.
If you were watching the stream with me and Tree last night, Tree played a video and played a voice call between me and Fresh. And Fresh said, I should not hurt you. I know I'm gonna hurt you. You deserve someone better. That's the phone call I recorded at the same day. That's what he was telling me, that the reason why he broke up with me because he didn't want to hurt me anymore because he know he was going to if I'm continue staying with him. So if I really had something to hide or I was cheating or doing anything bad, why would he say that to me that he's hurting me?
That's a good point. And honestly, it would have been he would have probably referenced that in any other DMs or messages that you had. He would have probably pointed to that and say that was the main reason that he wanted to split from you. But you're saying none of that was brought up.
Nothing. Because this is not true. This is not true.
Can I play that voice recording from
Play it, and I want
Tree's
Yeah.
live stream? I'm gonna
Right.
bring up
Then
that.
I will explain to you why he broke up with me.
Okay.
Okay.
you to, well, I want everybody to listen to.
Wait. I need to say
Okay.
clearly my.
And it's not fair to you.
Listen to this voice message. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
I just realized that I'm gonna hurt you, and it's not fair to you. So I have to end it. And I'm speaking like you deserve a man that's gonna actually like do everything for you. But me, I'm gonna hurt you. And I just realized that when you were here, which is not fair to you, was like, okay, you know what? Before it goes any further, I need time to think about this because honestly speaking, like I'm gonna hurt you, and it's not fair. But also, what's not fair is that like you did all that to come here, and I did it to you.
You did that before when I was in China.
Can you provide context for this as well as soon as we're done playing it? Because I want to know, and for those people who are just tuning in, for proper context here on what this is. Because you mentioned this was right after he kind of ended things, but
No, I only record once.
once.
That was the phone call when he said he wants abortion. And before that, we had like 30 minutes conversation about what's happening, why are you doing this to me? And he said on the video, on this phone call, you guys heard that. He said he thinks I deserve someone better, and I did everything to come here to be with him, and it's not fair for me. So do you think that's regular? Like that's like if he found out that I had three cell phones talking to different men, would he ever say that to me? He would have done probably worse by his behaving right now.
Yeah, no, because then Myron straight up lied. Not only he lied, but because we know he got it from that guy. Because he's saying, yeah, the reason why is because A, the apartment, and B, it's because Fresh knew that you were cheating from your third cell phone.
About the apartment, I can also send you a conversation between me and him. When we broke up, when he broke up with me, and when I moved to the hotel, I text him, what if I stayed? I booked Airbnb. I can wait for you until you solve everything. He said, yeah, I understand, but I still want my space. He means he want me to go. So I was like, do you still want to be apart? He said, yes, I just need to be alone right now.
Yeah.
So how am I upset because he didn't rent me the apartment? I'm upset because he broke the promise. It's nothing about that. I literally booked Airbnb, and I can also prove that.
Okay.
Because I had to cancel it after that conversation.
Yeah, so like none of that, and if and here's the thing that you fanboys have to be asking yourselves too, if that recording actually not recording, if that reason that Fresh and Fit are using now, saying that it was because of the third cell phone, that's why they want to quit, then you guys need to be asking them for proof. You need to ask them for DMs where Fresh referenced a message regarding her cheating. You have to put all of that information out there, because if you don't, you look crazy. Okay, it's insane, because now we're working with half the information. If they're saying Fresh already knew about the escorting, that's why he did it, and we don't see any proof of that, not in the phone calls or not in the DMs that were already leaked. You can't, again, you guys have to start looking at these guys sus. It's not making any sense. The stories aren't matching up. One thing I want to ask you, Daisy, because this is the one thing they're scapegoating to, and it's more of a personal attack more than anything else, on your character, right? So what they're saying is, what kind of woman who is pregnant would record a phone call? What do you have to answer those to that?
My answer is, I'm just being, how to say, I'm being protective, and you guys understand, if I didn't have all this record, I wouldn't even be explaining to myself, because I'm sure they will be attacking me like forever. Because even if I got all this receipt and proof that he's an asshole, you guys still judging and thinking I'm a bad, evil woman. At
It'd
that
be
point,
way
I was
worse without the
heartbroken.
evidence. It would have been worse without the evidence. So it's good that you're speaking up against that, because I think it's ridiculous when they ask that question, right? They'll tell guys on their side, record everything, right? You know, even when they go out on dates, they'll tell guys to do a little recording here just in case a woman says something, and there's something valid to that, right? But then what happens if it's the other way around? Now we're all of a sudden questioning why she has to record to protect herself. Like, again, you guys, some of the same logic you use against the some of these women, you also got to apply it to yourself, because if it makes sense for you to do it, it also makes sense for them to do it, right? So for those of you guys who are levying this accusation, saying, oh, well, she's horrible because she recorded it, yeah, because if she didn't record it, you still wouldn't believe her.
Right. And this is, I only record in my life, this is only the first time that I recorded, because I was so helpless after that conversation. and I'm here like all alone. You know, he just broke up with me, so I just need to secure myself.
No, you did. I think you did a good thing. You did exactly what it is. And a lot of people who are thinking, oh, well, it's too calculative, for a woman to do something like that. Again,
He did
it's
something bad first. He did, not me.
yeah.
If he would ever treat me, he did not treat me like a garbage or trash. I would never do anything to that to him. Never.
Let me ask you this, because you had conversation when Destiny kind of popped up impromptu, and when he called you, because he's still going on the assumption that you are you're an escort of some sort. I don't know if he's changing his opinion now, but as of date, from what we know, he still thinks you're an escort and whatnot, even though there's evidence out there to the contrary. What are your thoughts on that too? I mean, now that you know more about who this guy is, and he's not just an average YouTuber, he's pretty big, but he's saying all this misinformed nonsense. What are your thoughts on that?
First of all, I think the reason he hates me because um, he got hurt by women before, and also he sometimes the culture is different and the language, like the way he asked me, it was so aggressive. I did not understand in the beginning, so he was just trying to get me into that conversation, that like, getting me emotional, so I could say something wrong. But if Fresh was accountable at the first place, I would never say such things like he's not going to be father of my child, because first thing I did was calling him, asking him to man up. But look what he did. So the reason why I said all of that, because for me, he doesn't deserve anything, because he doesn't even want the baby.
No, you're yeah, because it kind of makes sense, and yeah, it's in a kind of emotional state too. So that was pretty unfair. But again, it was one thing is like, it's not like he isn't looking at some of the evidence that we saw too as well. It just seemed like a lot of it just came from this assumption that it was kind of more along the lines of what these incel have, where based off your lifestyle and how you have these photos out there, there are pictures of you in Dubai, obviously you must know better and whatnot, and things like that. So again, it's just one of those things where I don't know what came over him, but your assumption might be right. Maybe some woman out there hurt him. We don't know who. We don't know who did it, but some woman out there probably got him. All right, just like a lot of these pill popping dudes out here, some girl get them and they lose their freaking mind. So let's go over some of these Instagram photos from your profile. Do you mind?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring up this first photo here real quick. And then I think this one has the account. Okay. So this is one of the photos, because they're saying right now, some of the rumors are, all right, well, she's taking this stuff down. Why is she taking it down? Look at these photos, right? So I mean, some of this stuff looks pretty explanatory. Something like this too as well. Like what even is this? I mean, what is this?
That was in Bangkok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is any of these people you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was 2014 or 2015, I think. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
2015, which is very interesting. When did you? So was it 2016 that you started having surgeries and everything like that?
Right.
And I want you guys to have the timeline here, okay? Because the timeline is 2018, according to Fresh and Fit, is when the what do you call it? The arrest record came out. That's when the escorting and all that stuff was going on. But in 2018, she was already done. Like she was already a different woman, all right, because she had her surgeries a long time ago. So right then and there, that video is false. It's not true, okay? And we kind of already know that. It's false. It's not true, because again, the timeline just doesn't add up. But then let's get into this one, right? This is your Instagram, and where was this?
That was in Europe. I remember my first trip to Europe. I was in Rome.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could tell it's not like a green screen or anything like that. All right, cool. What about these over here? Right. So a lot of them are looking at these photos here and saying, hey, these are sus. And some of these photos were found on these escort sites too as well.
Yeah, because they do that. I can also prove that it's not me because I got so many DMs saying my photo was stolen. I still have the screenshot right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of these just seem like typical.
Yeah. Look, this is a photo of me and my friend. She's also a blogger. That was in Lebanon.
Are you the one in the pink?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, hang on. Hang on now. Wait a minute. Because now we got something that you referred to. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. Hold up. Let's see. Because we got to bring up that video where they were trying to say it was you. But even just looking at this right now, right? Hold up. We're looking at this lady over here and then looking at you over here. I wish I had a side by side. That's definitely not you. So yeah, they were capping in that video. Wow. Okay, let me see if I can bring that up here so you guys can
That's
see.
just so funny. They bring that the videos and stuff because even if you bring up some people in America, they might look similar. A lot of people are similar looking.
Yeah. They were
how can you prove that's me?
They were betting on the old racist trope, Asians look alike, because they do that with black folks too as well, black guys.
Yeah, they do that, and they do that to white men as well. A lot of average white men, they look similar, and they claim that I was ugly looking like before the surgery. I told you I only had my nose down since ever after that.
Yeah,
and it's like during the 5 years.
Let me, because I gotta bring up Fresh and Fit's video. Because that video, it definitely wasn't you, and it just shows that the evidence, it was dumb to begin with, and the fact that they were confident is that it's ridiculous. Hold up.
They said I had 100 surgery done. How is that possible? 100 surgery.
They were saying a lot. Hang on, let me bring up that. There it is, right here. All right, let me bring this up because I think it's better if we look at it side by side. Hold up, let me take this down real quick, and then let me scroll over to where he showed that video. Right over here. All right. So right off the bat, take this off. All right, so guys, Daisy's in the pink. Yeah, that's not her. Come on. What are we doing, guys? What are we? And I'm talking about the hot pink, right? The hot pink shirt, not the robe.
Yeah.
That's not her. And then what they're trying to say now is the girl on the in the purple was you, is what they meant, right?
I'm not that tall. I'm not that tall.
Yeah, that's not even. Wow. Yeah,
okay, if they just wish so much at me because they just want to believe that Fresh band and that's cool. If that's what they wish, okay.
That's yeah, that's wow. I can't.
That's not gonna change anything, and my reputation is already ruined. I'm not gonna expect everyone believes me.
No, I mean that's the thing. There's always going to be some people who are not going to, and that's just how it is. But I think what you can do is make them hurt for it a little bit, which goes to my next couple questions I got for you. So this lawsuit's going to be happening, right?
Right. I'm meeting up my daughter tomorrow.
Got you to that point. Go ahead. I mean, aside from the obvious, like what was it? I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. As I said, since I exposed him, it took 4 days for me to think whether I should do that, because I was really hopeless already, and he ignored me for 4 days after I test positive. So I know what's gonna happen to me. Either way, I'm gonna be hurt. I'm the one who's carrying a baby. I'm the one having emotional damage. I'm the one got exposed from internet and calling me a whore. So no matter what's gonna take, if I'm gonna be broke, I will hire the best lawyer in the United States.
Good, and we'll help you with that too, especially with baby Abba on the way. We're getting you got backing here too. All right, we're gonna be on top of it. You best believe, because it's one of those things where again, you can't let these guys get away with it. But I think also filing that lawsuit, it's gonna make a statement that they can't just go around doing things without consequences, because there are consequences to be had. But were you serious about naming a kid Abba?
I'm serious.
Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah, I keep my word.
All right, shit. We helping out with this.
Right, but wait, I'm not saying like I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the baby, but I know they're going to use this against me. That's why I'm gonna order court DNA test. He have to do that. I'm not saying.
Oh yeah. I forgot you can get the court to mandate that.
Right.
Yeah, they can take your seed, bro. Mandate mandate DNA. Wow, no, that's just gonna be good evidence.
He knows he doesn't want to do that because he just 100% sure it's his baby. I was with him every single day.
Wow.
He knows.
So let's talk about the relationship a little bit, right? I don't want to dive too much in the weeds, but there was something you said on Tree's stream that was very interesting, right? Because you talked about, and I think it focuses, or it highlights a pattern of behavior that we've noticed, and even Fresh and Fit fans have noticed about Fresh, right? More on the lines of the fitness side of things. Because that's part of the gimmick, teaching guys game, teaching guys fitness and whatnot. They've been selling guys on it. Now, this is why their audience are slowly siding with you, because you're saying the same things they've been talking about, especially when it comes to Fresh and his fitness. He's been saying he's been losing 30 pounds, and he's been saying that for the past 3 years. And a lot of people have been trying to figure out why that it hasn't happened. Fresh has been claiming that he goes to the gym, he goes crazy, he works hard, right? But none of them are seeing the actual effect on that. But since you're someone who's an actual trainer, you're certified, you know what the hell you're doing. Not only that, but with diet-wise too as well. What were your thoughts when you're analyzing Fresh's behavior and eating habits?
Okay, so first of all, I used to do competition. I used to do bodybuilding. So the main reason how you can lose calories and fat is doing cardio and getting on diet, very strict diet. That's how you can lose weight. But he does none of that. He never do cardio, and he's not on diet. And the fact is he loves junk food. So no matter how hard he's going to work, he's just gonna get bigger, because if he goes to the gym and weightlifting, he's just gonna gain more, like maybe a little bit muscle but covered up with fat. But he's not gonna lose weight by lifting weight. Because I know this. I used to do 2 hours cardio every day in order to get very lean and low body fat.
Did you guys ever, when you were together, work out together to get to see what he does in the gym? I'm sure he complained to you about his weight, or maybe not. Maybe he thinks he looks like, Rico Suave or something. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, he complains that.
Really?
He said, yeah. I mean, we go to the gym together. We went to the same gym, and I even tried to train him. He won't let me because he feels ashamed about it. But from my opinion, like during that 4 month, nothing has changed.
Well, we haven't seen a change for 3 years. We haven't.
If you're really getting that process,
huh?
Because if you are serious about fitness, getting that process, 4 months is enough to make a change.
Yeah. People don't realize how if you're dedicated and consistent enough, it's actually not that hard. And diet, like you mentioned before, and I say it over here on this channel too as well. Diet's a big thing, right? Matter of fact, you could, like you said, run all day. You don't have to touch a weight, but if your diet is pristine, you're gonna be good. All right, because that's half the battle. But that's the one thing we've noticed about Fresh. But that's also adds to the inconsistencies that these guys push out, right? Then in terms of their narrative, because this also, I mean, the fans are on their fans are going to be on your side, because this is something they've been complaining to Myron about regarding Fresh, saying, "You're Myron, you know, you look fit, and it seems like you know what you're doing." Fresh, on the other hand, you got to figure out what's going on over here, right? And the thing is, they've been selling courses and doing all these programs based off of it. I mean, to me, it's kind of fraudulent, because if you're fat, how can you tell me how to get fit? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, selling what courses, you know, better buy a course, like professional course from the gym or a certificated trainer, you know.
How often have you noticed, because they do spread a lot of messages, how often have you noticed a stark difference between the message they put out on their show and how you've observed them off the camera?
You know, the thing is, I didn't really pay attention about what was the show about. I just know they do dating shows and they teach men how to, you know, date, you know, how to, like, finance wise. But from my opinion, these guys don't know, like, they don't know nothing about finance. First of all, they've never studied finance.
Wait, what clued you into that? I mean, we know they're dumb with money, but what clued you into, like, them not knowing shit about
Because they're
finance?
not making money by finance. Simple as that. They're making money by bringing different girls on the show and bullying them. That's the fact.
Wow.
If you want to make money from the girls you bring to the pot, at least respect them. Okay? Okay, these guys, okay, ask Myron how did he make the money? From what? Under that 11 million properties, if he really has.
You about to take that. You're taking all of that. Because he has assets, and he was the only one on that show that defamed you.
Yeah, I'm kind of questioning about this 11 million properties. Do you even pay tax, Myron?
Yo! You paying taxes on the millions, Myron?
How do you make all of that money in 3 years? I'm going to ask you the same question, just as how you guys ask me how I make money. Because I can just tell you I'm legal, I'm making legal money, I'm not stealing, I'm not doing anything illegal. But my question is, how do you have all that kind of money for just being a broadcaster for 3 years?
That's a good point. And honestly, with
Unless
real
he's
estate,
lying about
you can't hide real estate either. I mean, that's something that's a public knowledge. So that is something we can easily look into too. I'm gonna get some people on that, because I'm sure he has to use his real name, and we all know what his government name is now at this point. So actually, that shouldn't be that hard to find. Okay, that's actually a good point you brought up. Like, in 3 years, 11. Okay, that's interesting. What are you buying? How does that break down?
Have to make for that $11 million properties.
I didn't even. Oh my God, I'm kicking myself in the ass for not even going at that angle. I would have exposed this shit a long time ago. Now I know what my next work is going to be. I'm going to start investigating some of them real estate properties. Yeah. Oh, you best believe I'm gonna do it. I have no idea how crazy I get with this shit. I'll be going crazy with this. But I didn't even think about that, because, again, it wasn't something that, like, when I look at Fresh and Fit, you'd actually, because I thought, okay, finance, whatever, right? But I didn't think, oh yeah, that's right. How did he do it in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I'm not saying he couldn't, but I'm just questioning.
Yeah, but there's got to be, at least knowing how the whole thing was structured would make sense, right?
He said that himself. He posted on Twitter. Yeah, 6 million networking, 11 million properties under his name. He doesn't need no super chat money.
That's a good point.
Just do a calculation. If he has 11 millions under, like, his name on properties that developed by 3 years, he has to make at least almost 3.3 something million per year, right?
And that's what you were talking about earlier. These guys don't know finance at all.
They don't, because they don't make money from financing. Okay, maybe Myron, like, does a little bit like property investment, you know. Yeah, I'm sure he does. But other than that, like crypto finance, because I live in New York, and there's a lot of finance guy over here, and they're from Wall Street, and also a lot of like Chinese Chinese, my Chinese friends, they study finance in Harvard and like NYU.
Wow. Okay.
Talk about that all the time and stock marketing. Well, I
And
don't.
did they know you had you, or did they just assume that you were some kind of like not only fan, we call Instagram model? They didn't think highly of you, that you would know this stuff.
They don't think because they just judge me by my appearance because I'm good looking. But anyway, I don't have to like to show them because when I'm around guys, I don't like to talk about this. Like I don't want to look too smart or like, oh, I understand this because you know it is what it is. Just I don't like to stand out like that.
Wow.
I do understand like
No, that
stock
makes
market.
sense. Yeah, because their platform is all it is, and that actually, you even point that out, because we laugh about it as a joke, where he brags about how much money he has, but then the moment they got departnered from YouTube, they were literally crying. Like Myron was crying. He was out here just, oh my goodness, help, donate, donate and feed a starving podcaster. That what was going on. So it kind of makes sense why they're this is their bread and butter. So yeah, take him for everything. Like, I'm serious. Like, you got connections, you got lawyers, you got people who are backing you. When I get your information, we'll talk offline too, because we're gonna help you and fund some things too. For Baby Alba, we gotta do this. We gotta do this. But we'll talk about that too. Because again, I mean, they defame the crap out of you. A lot of this shit they can't prove. It's just complete lies. And you even got people still reaching out and clowning you for stuff that's just based off of lies. I mean, you can prove reputational damage right here and there. I mean, this is crazy. They would think to do something like that, but wow.
Clearly, that's what real men does.
No. No, they do not do that. I would say that right now. They do not do that, right? One thing that you did mention, which I found hilarious on Tree's stream, was you said Fresh can't swallow pills with the nutrients and whatnot. What was up with that?
Yeah, his mom told me he never learned how to swallow pills.
Huh. This is crazy. This guy's out here on the internet prescribing red pill talking points to y'all, and it only makes sense he can't swallow his own pill. I mean, wow. Isn't that something? You out here preaching red pill, but you can't swallow your own shit. It kind of makes sense, because look at the trouble he's in right now. That's crazy. Wow. All right. I just had a question for that. Now, is there anything regarding that main clapback that you saw that Myron did that you thought that you wanted to get out there that was utterly wrong? Like maybe the firing, when they said you got fired from something like that, and it was so vague, the reason, but Myron implied the reason was you were fraternizing with some employee, which was crazy. And then the business card, any of those you want to refute or debunk?
I think you already explained everything on your other show. You guys can just go watch that show. My English is not that good. I cannot explain to that. But that contract doesn't say anything about why I got fired and how I got fired. None of that. And that is like, I don't know how they even get that.
Yeah.
The only thing that's real was the business card. That was my business card. I did work in like a PR company.
Okay.
But just to think, if I had any transaction with this guy, why would I give my personal business card with my name, with my real phone number? That doesn't make sense. It's like if you're going to rob someone, you're gonna give them your real name, passport, ID.
See, I think that's why people are warming up to you, Daisy, is because you're putting things in such common sense. It's not even funny. I even like what you said on Tree's stream, where you said, "Hey, if I was gonna rob somebody, why would I do it for $1,000?" Which that was a good point. It's like, if you're willing to, if you can go half with Fresh, 15 grand on a bracelet, why rob somebody for $1,000?
I have that knowledge, right? I don't even have to rob someone to get that $1,000. I have the knowledge to make over more than that kind of money. All I have to do is getting on a stream in China on TikTok. Guys
Yeah,
will throw money on me.
have you
Why
thought about
would
like
I rob
taking your?
someone? Why would
But
I taking a risk to rob someone?
yeah,
And I'm Buddhism. I don't do that shit.
yeah. No, that makes sense because it's crazy why they would even yeah, it's the fact that you're using this common sense. It's a hilarious because everyone's like, okay, that does kind of make sense. Like, why would you do that? And again, B, because it's like, yo, like like why would someone with this reputation engage in something like that? And then use your common sense. China isn't like that. They don't have, seek an arrangement. The main thing the guy said in his evidence that he met you on, which isn't true. So how can he meet you on an app that doesn't exist? And what about that video that they put out there is you were not you, because like what they were saying was you was speaking to a guy in Shanghai, but he was speaking English almost with like an Australian accent, right? So the evidence, this guy was saying he was Chinese. So it didn't make any sense why in Shanghai they weren't speaking, Mandarin or, whatever tribal languages that are out there where you guys that is familiar, right? So I was so confused. And it's one of those common things that you just think, okay, this is weird. this doesn't make any sense. Okay. So there were a lot of things that, if people just look at closely and you start asking questions instead of just blindly taking things as face value, and then go from there, right? You get the same conclusion that we're all getting to right now, okay? A lot of these dudes were lying. She's not an escort. She's not, a thief or a criminal or any of these things that you guys are claiming she has, all right? Or she's done. It's not her. You guys are, if you're continuing engaging in these activities, she's already let the warning know on Tree Stream. She's already let it know here. You will get in trouble, bro, because you're actively engaging in defamation. You're defaming this poor woman for what? Being dumb enough to fall in love with Fresh. Is that the crime? Is that the crime that warrants all of this nonsense and treatment? I mean, come on, like you guys got to get real on some of this other stuff, like for real. It's freaking annoying to see that. And here's the thing: don't sit there and act like we don't know when to call it out. Okay, with Miranda situation, we knew. All right. Matter of fact, it was from our camp. All right, that were coming out and saying this shit. We're saying, hey, yo, Fresh, this is weird. All right, we called her out, and y'all said we were wrong then, and we were right. And we're telling you, we're calling out the exact same thing. This is the exact same thing here. We're saying, hey, the evidence we're looking at, she's not an escort. Believe me, if she was, we would have been on the other side. We have no problem doing that, but you have to look at facts. And the facts are not pointing out in Fresh and Fit's direction. So you guys are still out here saying she's this and that. Again, it's either coping at this point or you're lying or you're perpetuating lies. That is what it is. So Daisy, is there anything else you want to let these guys know? Thank you for clearing it up, by the way.
I actually have a question for you. Like,
yeah,
right now, all these guys, they're still like going so hard on me, saying I'm faking my pregnancy. I just want to know, want to ask your opinion. Is there any way that I can prove myself? Like, clearly that form that I bring out with my name, they still don't believe in me. Because I'm just like so depressed right now by even reading on all these comments. I'm thinking even to delete all this application right now.
That's what they want you to do, right? Don't do that. And the thing is, trolls are gonna be trolls. A lot of things. Here's one thing I'm noticing now. Even if you see some of these guys in my chat, they might be trolling this stream, but the thing is, they deep down know that Fresh is a problem. They know that. Right, they're showing face essentially. That's why part of me says you've done enough in terms of proof. I would say if you do the DNA test, or I would say court-ordered DNA test, that way I would actually go to court order route, because then if they mandate Fresh to be there, they can't really say anything or saying, oh, well, she manipulated it or anything like that. It's like, no, there's evidence of Fresh. He came in. They took the DNA. We got that, because all that stuff will be documented. So you'll be able to prove that, and it'll be hard for them to really, really just try to argue with you on that. If they're still doing it, it's just because they're just trying to get a rise out of you. This is what they've done. They've done when we were in a similar situation with Anna Quinn. They were doing this exact same thing to her, trying to call her an escort, and she was just a fitness model. That's it. They try to labor her, lambaste her, and if she was going through the same thing you're going through right now, the anger, the depression, trying to figure out what's going on. But it's one of those things where if you have to take a break, but realistically, I would say aside from that DNA, you've kind of done enough. Ignore.
Look, this is what I'm gonna do, and I need you to help me.
Okay.
I'm going to visit my doctor on Monday, and I'm gonna film myself. I'm gonna take the videos that these people are not going to hurt them, like continue hurting these girls. Because, they don't treat women like, with no respect, okay? And I'm gonna send it to you, so you can play it on your stream.
Good.
Because I'm so done with all this social media. They're just gonna hurt me, and I think I just want peace right now. And
I think peace is what you need.
Okay, on Monday I will send it to you.
Good.
Okay, if doctor says I'm pregnant, you guys, I don't know what else can I say.
Like, you can't fake a doctor. You can't fake a doctor. You can't fake a hospital. You can't fake a medical visit. All that stuff. There's a process, especially in the West. There's a huge process before a doctor sits down with you. You got to get your blood work done. The nurse has to see you, take your temperature, and all that. So it's really difficult to fake all of that. It really is. And if the doctor's sitting there saying, "Hey, you're pregnant. What much more do you want? You want me to look in the camera and say she's pregnant?" I don't know. Maybe if you get the doctor to do that, that could work. But yeah, I would say do that. Anything you can do that helps. But realistically, I think you're getting a lot of people who are on your side already. I mean, again, people are saying, "Oh, Duke, you're making it about picking sides," because it is. It really, at this point, it really is. You're either Team Daisy or you're Team F and F. All right, but we already know the route they're going. Their channel will be deleted. I'm not joking with y'all when I say this. Their channel will be deleted sometime this year. We don't know when, but it's gonna happen, because after this shit right here, it's over. You can't keep doing it. You're gonna end up like a Sneeko. Sneeko didn't think it would happen to him. He didn't think it. Y'all are playing. Y'all are playing. Just say your goodbyes right now while you're on YouTube, because they're done. So either way, Daisy, they're done. I mean, YouTube's not gonna let them, especially once it start going up the chain, as more people start reacting to it and getting crazier and crazier with this. Because I know Abba and Preach are still gonna have a reaction to do. At some point, it's gonna be nuts. They can't survive this. They won't.
Yeah, and that video of them joking about getting a girl abortion and talking about Mary, something like that. That's so disrespectful. And they're.
What were your thoughts when you heard that? Did it sound similar to what you were currently?
They're not human, I would say. They're dogs. So I think people need to spread more of that video to show that he have done that to other girls before, both of them. So they're continue hurting lives out here.
Speaking of which, you did mention that like some of those women who were affected did reach out to you. You don't have to go into the context of what was that, but what were your thoughts when you were reading their stories and whatnot? Did you feel was that empowering to you, saying, yes, I'm gonna keep fighting what I'm fighting so more girls don't end up like this? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, that's just gonna make me even more angry and sad. That also just it does give me a lot of more power that I have to be here and I need to survive. I have to warn all other girls.
Yeah, these guys again. You can't expect respect from these guys. It's sad what they did for sure, but this is what they do, and I think the best thing for them is, and I at first I wasn't really on this just because, but like even just seeing this, there's nothing else. Hey, they just got to get off the platform. They can go to Rumble, but Rumble in itself as a company is not going to last long either. I don't see that platform really having long-term viability to really be competitive with YouTube or some.
They are friends with the owner of Rumble. They're not getting
Dana White, you said? They
are friends with the owner of Rumble.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, of course. That's nothing. The thing I'm talking about, the Rumble itself as a platform, it's not gonna get there. It's not gonna have longevity. I'm just gonna be real. I mean, they could try what they want, but again, there's too much wrong with that platform, man. We even were looking at it, some of the live streaming and the bots, like the difference between it was bad. It was really bad. It's not gonna go anywhere soon. It will be going away soon. We don't know. But I wouldn't think that Rumble is not a thing that's very really important right now. At least some of these guys are trying to make it important, but it's not going to be there.
Okay.
I was gonna say what else was gonna ask you. I think that's all I got. Anything
Yeah.
else? But let me do something real quick. I promised the guys I was gonna show them how they edited your voice using AI. If you don't mind, I can show them more.
Okay.
Right, so
You're an investigator.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in.
You are so cute.
So I'm gonna pick a random clip of you, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my screen recorder on, and hold up, where's my app? Hold up.
What's the chat saying? Let
me see what the chat's saying. The chat. Oh, they're agreeing with the Rumble being botted. It's lots of bots. You know, Rumble's got a bunch of, you know, the views are not reliable essentially, right? So what I'm gonna do is I have my recorder here, and I'm gonna play this video a little bit. I'm gonna record a bit of it.
You guys talk about money like I did all of this for money. Like, where's the money? Where is it? Do you guys have any?
That's all I need.
Where's the money?
Right. So that's literally all I need. So I'm gonna take that file, and since it's in a video, I'm gonna need an audio version of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my handy dandy conversion tool here. It's basically this easy little website, and I am going to then drop. Hold up, let me
Look. It's either the Fresh and Fit they did the editing, or the guy who sent them, because it's probably just some freak, you know, who hates me, like, or somebody who knows like me. I did all of this
so
for money. Like, where's the money?
This is MP3. So this is the audio format. I'm gonna download the audio format, and here's where it's gonna get crazy. All right. So there are a bunch of these apps out here. AI is getting crazy, but one of the most easiest one to use and user friendly, I'm suspecting they did, was this app, this website called Speechify, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna import.
Or he can add his email in the description in YouTube.
I'm gonna import that file.
In the chat they're saying that they want your YouTube channel.
And then now that it's here, I'm gonna type in whatever, right? I would say, hi, my name. I can't spell.
1 out of 10. What you rate Duke? 10. Duke is 10.
So I'm gonna write, hi, my name is Daisy, and fresh as a bum. Watch this, and let me know if you guys can hear the audio. It's gonna load up.
Hi, my name is Daisy, and fresh is a bum. And wow, oh my
See how
God.
easy it is? So when I say that, all they had to do was layer over the conversation. You can just type it in here. You can, now that they can have your voice. They can make you say anything in the book. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want people to know how easy it is, especially now that we're moving into the future with AI getting better. I want y'all to know how easy it is for people to fake evidence like this, right? Where, especially when you're seeing a heavily edited video with multiple clips here and everything, even the conversation doesn't seem like it matches. Okay, you got to start really figuring out how to discern what's real and what's fake, because it's getting very, very easy to fake stuff like this. All right, because you couldn't deny, even in that video, that was your voice, but that wasn't you. And people wonder, well, how would your voice be on there? Because that's what the fanboys are saying. Well, how could her voice be on there and saying what she's saying? It's that easy. I can make Daisy say anything. I can go and record anybody else's voice and make them say anything. This is what they do. You think you're gonna sit there and tell me CIA discount Myron didn't think about that when he came up with this evidence from his anonymous source? It's too fucking easy. You can't believe what you hear with these guys, bro. They have a vested interest to lying to you. So I just want to show them that, so that way they can have an idea of how this stuff works. But yeah, let me go ahead and
yeah, I understood that when I saw the stream, when they did the show, I understood that, and I posted on Twitter they're using AI.
Yeah.
Anybody
AI.
that can tell that's edit.
So we got a couple challenges here before we close out. All right. One of the main challenge is Fresh DNA challenge. Can we get a hashtag DNA challenge here? All right, Fresh, you got to do the DNA challenge. All right, it's now your time to do it, or you're gonna get a court order to do it. Whichever one, pick it. And then also, hashtag Team Daisy, because you got a lot of supporters out here, and it's only gonna grow. The worse these guys get. So I would say, yeah, it's gonna be hard for now. Take the front of it, but over time, people are going to start warming up and seeing that these guys are heavily flawed. You can even go on their most recent video, which I'm surprised they still left up, with them criticizing you. But, I forgot. I was going to go over the super chat. So maybe I'll end the show.
I wanted to say something, though.
Go ahead.
Most probably, I'm not going to be able to keep the baby.
Okay. So break that down.
But I don't know. I'm very, very confused. Very confused that I can't make decision for myself right now, but I also cannot wait for him. That's why I think he should stand up and he should do the DNA test. He doesn't want to do it because he just knows it's his baby. It's unnecessary.
What do you think? And maybe this might be factoring into your reasoning for not maybe keeping a baby. Do you think that it's going to be a stigma with China and things like that, with your traditionally where you come from, being a single mother, things like that? There are lots of thoughts running through your head, but is that one of the main ones? Like culturally?
Actually, no.
Okay.
I just feel like I'm being terrible already. Like I went on all this internet and stuff like that. I just feel like it's not fair for the child, and his father doesn't even want him. So I don't know. There's no reason to bring this child to this world without fatherhood. It's just cruel. I grew up in a single family, and my parents divorced when I was 10, so I never felt love from my mom. So I just feel like I want my child to grow up in a healthy family.
Okay. Well, I mean that again, that's your decision, and we don't even know what you're going through. I can't know what you're going through. I can't. I'm not in that situation. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to think about. But yeah, I mean, you got to be carefully considering these things too as well, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about the baby, right? So it's like, okay, do I want to do this or do I want to not do this? That's what you got to think about that stuff. But you're absolutely right, and no one's gonna blame you for it. But I would say, yeah, get whatever evidence you can beforehand if you're gonna, because you're still saying you're not sure. But if you are coming to that decision and saying, hey, maybe I should do this and whatnot, I would say just to peace of mind afterwards, because we already know what they're gonna do. Get concrete evidence beforehand and then go from there. That way you can't dismiss it. You can't deny it or anything like that. It's right there. It's set, fresh. You did it. So that's all I would say.
Yeah.
Again!